Good day to you, friend.
Greetings to you too.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians represented. I'm Godwin. My greeting.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest.
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, and we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this. And why would they not stare when you are
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than the situation in the town and the kingdom. You have men and weapons. We have...
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have...
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is...
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of...
You know each other.
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very good start.
Henry's done a few things I'd like to give him a slap or two for. But like... For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world.
Wait, a blacksmith from Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this...
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry...
Enough. I'd rather have a drink.
For that, there will be...
excuse me.
Better communion wine than court.
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend of that lad you...
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word.
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up...
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. And only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate...
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère. It is...
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron.
Ah, this Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fight. Do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side...
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me. So I settled.
Then, what are you doing here at a
The Lord... You say you're a poet? How about a verse?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few...
How come almost nobody...
I am operating, as they say. And my great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia...
Where have you been on your travel?
But of course! If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan, and if you are interested in my greatest deed, then...
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours.
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know?
I have my sort. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to...
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's...
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has... And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all this...
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage in equal...
But he can't retreat either. That would...
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We just need negotiators who will push the right...
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea...
Why are you doing all...
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless death, and also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got an interesting...
You're certainly not the first to tell me that.
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, meanwhile,
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both luck. Before the...
Success to our plans.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do. Well, well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without a by your leave. Or to arrest my guests.
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I'll talk to you later, Father.
You're in my home, so you'll talk...
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up, then.
We'll talk later and in private. Right now...
Don't try my pay.
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in... I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked, and then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then...
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer court.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced...
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How